Welcome back to the English podcast for you. I'm Lily, and sitting right across from me is Leo.
Hey everyone! We are so glad you're spending a part of your day with us again.
Yeah, thank you, honestly. Whether you are taking a walk, drinking your morning coffee, or just relaxing at home, thank you for listening with us. Every time you press play, it makes this little space feel so warm and so special.
And remember, listening to English, even when it feels like a quiet process, is doing a lot for your brain. You are slowly absorbing the rhythm, the soft pauses, and how real friends talk to each other. So don't rush. Just sit back and let the language sink in.
Exactly. Oh, and before we dive into today's topic, leave us a comment below and tell us where in the world you are listening from today. We love reading your stories.
Okay, Lily, before we start, I need to ask you something. Did you get enough sleep last night? Because you look a little distracted.
Oh gosh, Leo, is it that obvious? I actually had the most strange night.
Wait, really? What happened? Did you stay up late scrolling on your phone again?
No, not this time. I actually went to sleep early, but I had a dream. A really bizarre and scary dream. I literally wake up in a sweat around 3 in the morning.
Whoa, really? You woke up in a sweat? That sounds intense. Okay, now you have to tell me everything. What was it about?
Okay, so it started in a place that felt like my childhood home, but everything looked slightly wrong. The colors were blurry, and the hallway was endless.
Ah, that blurry feeling where you try to look at something in a dream but your eyes just can't focus?
Yes, exactly like that. I was walking down this hallway, and suddenly I realized I was completely alone, but I could hear footsteps behind me. Slow, heavy footsteps.
Oh man, that is a classic nightmare setup. Did you turn around?
I tried to, but you know how in dreams your body feels super heavy, like you're moving through underwater or thick mud? I turned, but there was just a dark figure standing there. It felt so vivid.
That word, vivid, is so powerful. When a dream is vivid, it feels completely real, doesn't it? Like you're not even sleeping, you're actually there.
Yes, it was so vivid that when I finally woke up, my heart was beating so fast, and my hands were trembling. It took me 5 minutes just to realize I was safe in my own bedroom.
Man, dreams are so weird. Why does our brain do that to us? We go to sleep to rest, and our mind decides to produce a scary movie just for us.
Right? It's so unfair. But tell me, Leo, have you ever had a dream that felt completely surreal like that? But mine wasn't a nightmare. It was just bizarre.
Really? What happened in yours? Tell me.
Okay, don't laugh, but I was in a giant library, except all the books were flying like birds, and I was trying to catch them with a butterfly net. It felt so surreal, like a painting came to life.
Flying books? Leah, what are you eating before bedtime?
Hey, I didn't choose the dream. But isn't it funny how our brain mixes real-life memories with random imagination?
It really is. But after I woke up from my scary dream, I started thinking about why we have nightmares. Sometimes when life gets stressful, our dreams reflect that emotion.
That is such a good point, Leo. When we feel anxious or worried during the day, our minds express it at night through blurry images or scary situations. Exactly. It was a terrifying experience, but sharing it with you now makes it feel so much lighter. That's why talking about dreams with a friend is such a comforting thing.
I agree. It turns a scary nightmare into just a conversation over coffee. And for our listeners, learning to describe your dreams in English is such a great way to express feelings and practice rich words.
Yes, words like vivid, surreal, blurry, and phrases like wake up in a sweat make your storytelling so much more engaging.
And honestly, it's not just the scary ones either. Have you ever had a dream that was so beautiful or peaceful that you didn't even want to open your eyes in the morning?
Oh, definitely. Those are the absolute best, where everything feels so warm and calm. You wake up, and for a few seconds, you just lay there, trying to hold on to that feeling before it fades.
Exactly. Why do you think the details fade so fast? Like right when you wake up, the dream is vivid, but 5 minutes later, it gets all blurry and you only remember tiny pieces of it.
I know, it's like trying to hold sand in your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips through your fingers. I think our brains just start clearing space for the real world the moment we open our eyes.
That's a great metaphor. Though sometimes I wish I could re-watch my dreams like a YouTube video. Just pause, rewind, and see what my brain was trying to build.
Oh, can you imagine a video library of your brain's random night thoughts? That would be equal parts hilarious and terrifying.
Right? Imagine looking through your dream history and seeing flying books in a library right next to your nightmare about the dark hallway. Our subconscious mind is truly wild.
It really is. But for anyone learning English listening to us now, telling a story about a dream is actually fantastic practice. Because when you talk about a dream, you don't have to worry about strict facts.
You just use your descriptive words.
That's right. You use words for feelings, colors, and actions, like saying, everything felt blurry, or it was completely surreal. It helps you move past basic vocabulary. Yes, and even if you stumble over a word or take a small pause to think, that's completely normal. Real conversations aren't perfect. We pause, we adjust our words, and we keep going.
That's right. That's the real secret of speaking smoothly. It's not about being fast, it's about being comfortable with your own voice.
Speaking of being comfortable, Leo, did you ever tell your friends about that flying book dream before today? Or was I the lucky first person to hear it?
You are the very first. I kept that strange story hidden until today's podcast.
I feel honored. See, that's what good friends do. We share our strange night stories, laugh about them, and realize we're not the only ones with wild imaginations.
Absolutely. And that's what makes talking about this topic so relatable. Everyone on this planet, no matter what language they speak, experiences dreams. We all know what a nightmare feels like, and we all know what it's like to wake up confused.
It really is a universal human experience. It connects all of us, no matter where we live.
That's so true, Lily. Think about it. Thousands of miles apart, people are falling asleep and having these deep, mysterious adventures in their minds. Some waking up laughing, others waking up with their heart beating fast.
And isn't it interesting how different cultures interpret dreams? Like, in some places, if you have a nightmare, people think it's a sign of good luck coming. Or if you dream about water, it means something emotional is happening in your life.
Really? I didn't know that. Dream symbols are fascinating. Though I wonder what flying books symbolize. Maybe my brain was just telling me to read more or to stop buying so many notebook journals.
Or maybe it was just telling you that your thoughts are taking flight. See, you can find a poetic meaning in almost anything if you look hard enough.
I like that interpretation much better. But going back to what you said earlier about waking up in a sweat after a really vivid dream, does that happen to you often, or was last night just an exception?
Luckily, it doesn't happen very often. Usually when I'm overwhelmed with work or when I have a big decision to make, my dreams get much more chaotic. They get blurry, stressful, and I keep running in circles.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Our bodies might be resting on the mattress, but our brains are still trying to sort through all the stress of the day. It's like a computer running background updates while the screen is off.
That's such a clever way to put it. A background update. Exactly. And sometimes the update has a glitch and you get a nightmare.
Exactly, a glitch in the system. But you know what else is funny? When you try to explain a dream to someone the next morning, and as you say it out loud, you realize how ridiculous it sounds?
Oh, absolute truth. You start with, so I was in this house, but it wasn't my house, but I knew it was my house. And the other person is just looking at you, completely confused.
Yes, and then my dog started talking to me in French, and you're trying so hard to explain why it felt so normal while you were dreaming it.
Because inside the dream, no matter how surreal it is, your brain accepts it as reality. It doesn't question why a dog is speaking French or why books are flying like birds. Everything just makes sense until you open your eyes.
Right. It's only when logic turns back on in the morning that you step back and say, wait a minute, that was completely wild.
It makes me wonder if our brain is just playing with creative stories when we sleep, like a little artist painting pictures in the dark.
I love that image. A little artist in the dark. And honestly, for our English learners, notice how Lily just described that concept. She didn't use complicated grammar, she just used simple words to create a picture.
That's right. You don't need fancy, long words to describe deep feelings or ideas. Just simple expressions, spoken calmly, with clear pauses.
But tell me, Lily, have you ever tried lucidity? You know, lucid dreaming, where you actually realize, hey, I am dreaming right now, and you can control what happens next.
Oh, lucid dreaming. I have tried it, but it's so hard. Whenever I realize I'm in a dream, I get so excited that I accidentally wake myself up immediately.
Same here. The moment I think, wait, I'm dreaming, I can fly, boom, eyes open, staring at the ceiling, disappointment hits right away.
It's so frustrating. You're about to take off into the sky, and suddenly you're just looking at your alarm clock, realizing you have to get ready for work.
The contrast between dream world and morning reality can be so brutal sometimes. One second you are exploring an underwater city, and the next you're searching for matching socks in your drawer.
Ugh, the sock drawer reality check. Nothing pulls you out of a surreal feeling faster than a cold floor and missing socks.
But you know, even when a dream is blurry or scary, I think there's a certain beauty to it. It shows how powerful our minds really are. We create entire worlds without even trying.
We really do. And expressing those worlds through words is one of the best ways to practice communication, whether you're speaking in your native language or learning English with us right now.
Exactly. So if you're listening out there, try describing a dream you had recently, even if it's just 2 sentences. Was it vivid? Was it blurry? Did you wake up in a sweat? Or was it just a beautiful memory?
Talking about it out loud, even to yourself in the mirror, helps your mind connect emotions with English vocabulary. It makes the language feel alive.
Absolutely alive. And speaking of beautiful dreams, Lily, did you ever have one of those dreams where you meet someone or reconnect with an old friend you haven't seen in years?
Oh, all the time, Leo. Those are actually some of the most emotional dreams I have. You see a friend from high school or a family member who lives far away, and in the dream, it feels like no time has passed at all.
Isn't that amazing? You're sitting on a bench together or walking down a familiar street, chatting like you just saw them yesterday, and the connection feels so warm, so real.
Yes, but then you wake up and there's this quiet moment of sadness. You look at the empty room and realize, oh, they aren't actually here. It leaves you with such a gentle, bittersweet feeling for the rest of the morning.
That word bittersweet is perfect for that moment. It's sweet because the memory was lovely, but bitter because it was just a dream. Did you ever feel tempted to reach out and send them a real message after waking up?
Absolutely. In fact, a few months ago, I had a very vivid dream about an old college roommate I hadn't spoken to in 3 years. I woke up, took a deep breath, and texted her right away. I just said, "Hey, I dreamed about you last night. Hope you're doing well."
Wow, really? How did she react? Wasn't it a bit surprising for her?
She loved it. She replied almost instantly, saying she was just thinking about our college days the day before. We ended up talking on the phone for 2 hours. So, a random, surreal dream actually brought a real friendship back into my life.
That is so heartwarming, Lily. That proves that dreams, even when they seem random, can sometimes nudge us to do something meaningful in our waking lives.
They really can. It makes you wonder how much our subconscious mind is paying attention to things that we ignore during our busy days.
Exactly. During the day, we are so focused on work, emails, chores, and social media, we don't have time to process our deeper feelings. But at night, when everything is quiet, the mind finally has space to process those memories.
That is why rest is so important, not just for our bodies, but for our heart and mind. When we sleep, we heal, we organize our thoughts, and sometimes we even find inspiration.
You know, many famous writers, musicians, and scientists actually got their best ideas from dreams. They would wake up with a song melody in their head or a solution to a complex problem and write it down immediately before it got blurry.
Oh, yes, like the famous story about how the song Yesterday was written in a dream. The melody just appeared fully formed. That shows how creative our minds can be when we're not actively trying to control our thoughts.
It really makes you appreciate sleep a lot more, doesn't it? It's not just turning off for 8 hours, it's entering a whole different realm of creativity.
Exactly. So even when you have a bad night or a frightening nightmare where you wake up in a sweat, it helps to remember that it's just your brain working things out. It's keeping you healthy and balanced.
That's such a comforting thought. And for all our friends listening, we hope this conversation gave you some calm and maybe a few nice words to describe your own nightly adventures.
Yes, remember the key words we explored today: vivid, surreal, blurry, nightmare, and that feeling when you wake up in a sweat. Try using them next time you describe a story to someone.
Practice saying them out loud, gently, with natural pauses. Language learning isn't a race, it's a journey, just like a long, peaceful dream.
Beautifully said, Leo. Thank you all so much for spending this time with us today on English Podcast for You. We hope you have a wonderful day and a very restful night's sleep.
Take care of yourselves, everyone. Stay curious and sweet dreams.
See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye, everyone.